you doing? I was just thinking about lineage and stuff. Well, okay, I just want to talk about my dad. I have a famous father. So what's that for a graceful segue? I have a famous father. Don Knotts is my dad. Do you know Don Knotts, a comedian? Yeah, okay. Thank you. Yeah. So are there any Andy Griffith Show, Barney Fife fans?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Three's Company? Yeah, Three's Company. Okay, we actually grew up in Glendale. We were a very normal family. Anybody from Glendale here tonight? Anybody who lives or works in Glendale? Okay. Oh, you don't want to admit you're slumming, huh? Burbank. But, yeah, you know, my dad. Well, do you think I look like my father, first of all? A little bit. Okay, well, what about now? Yeah, that's how I spend most of my time, making faces, hoping someone will recognize me. Well, my dad, you know, he played this character, if you didn't see the show, Barney Fife, who was a deputy sheriff so incompetent he was only allowed to have one bullet. And people ask me, well, what's it like to grow up with a father like that? Well, he did kind of slip over into home life sometimes, you know. I'd be walking to school and kids would be laughing and pointing, and I'd look around and there would be my father following behind me in the squad car, like he thought nobody could see. And he could be very strict too, like, you know, if he wanted me to do something, he'd be kind of mad. He'd put his hands on his hips, you know, so I'd see the gun. Say, all right, Karen, you go on upstairs, brush your teeth, do your homework, and don't hang out with those bad kids on the Brady Bunch. Strict. I had jail cell wallpaper in my bedroom. Still have those dreams. My second favorite character on the show is Aunt Bee. Do you guys know Aunt Bee? The character Aunt Bee? She was like everybody's favorite aunt, you know, and I loved her voice, so I was imitating her. Andy, Barney, there's a big basket of fried chicken and pickles and cornbread. So I was on the set when I was a kid. This was a big, exciting thing to get to go on the set and see all these characters, you know, and so I heard her voice behind me. And I was like, oh, wow, it's Aunt Bee. I love Aunt Bee. I turned around and looked. And she was smoking a cigarette. Talk about killing the illusion. I said, Aunt Bee, you're smoking. And she goes, that's right, kid. I'm still a hot chick. So, yeah, you know, I wanted to be a child actress. Of course, I wanted to be on the show. I mean, it was the most popular hit comedy show in the whole country. Here's my father, the star of the show, like, Dad, get me on the show. But he said absolutely not. He wouldn't dream of it. You know, he said it was a lonely life for a child. And I guess he's right. Poor, lonely Ron Howard. He grew up and his only friends are Oscar and Emmy. So my dad wanted me to have a good education, so why did he send me to Beverly Hills High? Because believe me, those students weren't. But I had snuck that in there. But I did have a pretty good grounded education. I'm not like those other pseudo-celebrities like, you know, Paris Hilton or Lindsay Lohan. Because for one thing, I still have my driver's license. Driver's license, so that's like life 101, right? How do you flunk that? I don't know. But how about Three's Company? Three's Company, are you familiar with Ralph would come and knock on our door? We're just waiting for you. See, I burst into song at the drop of a hat just when people admire my father like this. Knock on our door. So that show was in the late 70s about a chef named Jack, played by John Ritter. And he pretended to be gay so he could share an apartment with two women without causing a scandal. My, how times have changed, right? If that show were on today, the two women would be played by RuPaul and Shangela. The joke would be on Jack. They'd be like, oh, Jack, come in the kitchen. Something's rising, and I don't think it's a souffle. So, you know, my dad, he got the part on the show because the other landlord left. He played landlord Mr. Furley. But he almost didn't get the part because they wanted a Don Knotts type. Can you imagine my dad was available and they wanted a Don Knotts type? Now, there's a lesson here, folks. Never get to be so famous that another actor gets to be famous playing you, gets your dressing room, residuals, and at the show credits. You have to make your own reservations at trendy restaurants and leave tips instead of an autographed picture. That's the moral of that story. Now, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go off on you like that. But Mr. Furley was, the guy who couldn't get laid. But I can assure you, my dad did get laid at least once. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Great.